Eliminate greed, corruption, laziness, extravagance and selfishness. Ltural building of the second home, now new oasis for life, Part 6. Xiefeng. Corruption, embezzlement, laziness, extravagance, selfishness, and waste are the archenemy of civilization, are the character and behavior of demons, are the cancer on the body, are the viruses of depravity and the cozy home, are the pathway to evils, are the poison that erodes the beautiful soul, and are the undercurrent, reef and quicksand that hinder man's evolution toward the era of Lifechanyuan. In order that we can create a cultural environment in which everyone is joyful, happy, free and blessed, in order to ensure that man and nature, and man live in harmony and peace, and in order to realize the most beautiful wish and most sublime ideal of man, we should prevent the occurrence of corruption, embezzlement, laziness, extravagance, selfishness, and waste. We should thoroughly get rid of the soil for the breeding and growth of these 6 evils, otherwise, the mansion of civilization will collapse because it is built on the fluctuating quicksand. First, every Chanyuan celestial must understand that, no matter how much sweat and effort we have made for the home, and no matter how much contribution we have made to the home, our purpose is to pay back our debts accumulated over different lives and build up the wealth and treasure for our journey to the heavenly kingdom, instead of acquiring more benefits and interests from the home than ordinary Chanyuan celestial. Any contribution and devotion should not be an excuse for our corruption, embezzlement, laziness, extravagance, selfishness, and waste in the second home, and should not be a bargaining counter and standard for the formation of the special interest group that stands high above the masses. Everything in the second home belongs to all Chanyuan celestials. Anyone will be suspected of corruption even if he or she has kept in hand only 1 cent, 1 needle, or 1 thread. Anyone will be suspected of depravity even if he or she has enjoyed privately a standard of life only slightly higher than that of an ordinary Chanyuan celestials. Anyone will be suspected of laziness if he or she has not worked 6 hours efficiently for the home every day. Anyone will be suspected of extravagance if he or she has enjoyed a standard of food, clothing, shelter, and transportation higher than the average standard for ordinary people. Anyone will be suspected of selfishness if he or she, in addition to the satisfaction of basic demand, occupies and enjoys the resources of the home and control others in spirit and soul and hinders others' freedom. Anyone will be suspected of waste if he or she has exceeded basic standard in the aspect of food, clothing, shelter, and transportation and has hindered the principle of full utilization of resources and man's talents. How can we prevent the occurrence of corruption, embezzlement, laziness, extravagance, selfishness, and waste in the second home? First, we should constantly learn and understand 800 values for new era human being. We should always uphold the 800 values, and make sure that every Chanyuan celestial living permanently or temporarily in the home builds the most noble wish, sets up the great and lofty ideal, cultivates noble moral character, sublimates the realm of life, exhibits the sincerity, kindness, virtue, love, faith, and honesty in the depth of soul, willingly and voluntarily learn and follows the example of saints, lights up the magical lamp in the mind, constantly remains alert and prevents himself or herself from depravity, and establishes a moral court in his or her own conscience and make a judgment of oneself. Secondly, we should eliminate the private ownership, guarantee that everyone has nothing but owns everything, solve for everyone the issue of food, clothing, shelter, transportation, living, aging, and death, solve the issue of supporting the old people and raising and educating the children, solve the issue of physiological need, enrich spiritual and cultural life, and promote the taste of life. At the same time, we should do away with the soil for the contention of power, interests, positions, money, fame, and beautiful women, and make sure that there is no power worth contending for, no special position available for occupation, no money available for embezzlement, no fame for people to capitalize on, and no beauty to be privately possessed. Thirdly, every Chanyuan celestial shall exercise the right to be the master of the home, and have the freedom of speech. Everyone can speak freely, and we should not limit the freedom of speech. We should not take revenge on and punish those who speak out their opinions. Every week a special meeting of exchange shall be held for everyone to expose the corruption, embezzlement, laziness, extravagance, selfishness, and waste that has occurred in the home. We should check the erroneous ideas at the outset. When any trace of such trend is discovered, it should be checked and banished timely. We should uphold the principle that the criticism shall be aimed at affairs rather than at a certain person. We should have a strict attitude to affairs but a gentle attitude to people. We should not casually apply principles to anything, we should not casually mete out punishment, we should always remember that none of us is perfect, and that everyone is likely to commit mistakes. We should make sure that those people who have made mistakes have enough time to repent and correct their mistakes and improve their character. We should forgive those who have made mistakes, and always bear in mind that every Chanyuan celestial is our sister, brother, relative and lover instead of our competitor or enemy. No matter whether the home is in favorable or adverse situation, it should consistently combat corruption, embezzlement, laziness, extravagance, selfishness, and waste, and eliminate the soil, climate, environment and condition for the birth of these 6 evils in the home's operation procedure of production and life. Only in this way can we create a comfortable, harmonious, lively and energetic situation of production and life, where unified will exist together with pleasant individual feeling. Only in this way can we shoulder the task of creating the era of Lifechanyuan for mankind, and pilot the era of Lifechanyuan for mankind. Only in this way can we reach the highest realm of life and arrive at the ultimate destination of life and life.